Well, hello, my friends. I know right now there is a ton of fear and uncertainty in your photography business with all the craziness that has been going on in our world with the coronavirus and with everything being shut down. And I've been thinking a lot about this weekend and how I can come back and help and give you some really tangible things to do to help you get through this difficult time and possibly even to help your business thrive. And so today I'm going to walk you through 5 different things, 5 very specific things that you need to do in order to make sure that you can get through this, right? Because I know how hard it is. And I'd actually be really curious to hear, both if you're watching the replay, if you are, go ahead and throw like hashtag replay, use that. But I would really love to hear and have a little bit of a discussion about the moment that you realized that this was something serious. Because for me, I was talking with a friend and she was talking about it, and I started seeing all of these events being canceled, and it dawned on me that this was going to be a massive deal, that many of you photographers were going to start losing bookings, especially personal brand photographers who cover events and who photograph entrepreneurs and influencers when they're visiting these events and all these things, right? And then I started seeing it in the group. And I think it was last Wednesday, it really dawned on me that this was going to be a big thing. So I want to hear your story about that. And so the reason I want to hear it is because it ties into the first thing that I think we all need to do when we're facing this is that we need to, first and foremost, acknowledge our fears and difficulties. Because here's the thing, and we're going to get to like super tangible stuff like specific tactics you can use to grow your business and all that. But if we don't start here, what's going to happen is that like almost everyone I know, like when they realized how serious this was going to be, either the health side of it or the financial impact that it's going to have, because this is absolutely going to have massive, long-standing economic impacts on our world, like the entire world. And those two things are scary. Like that's part of our security, right? Our health, our finances, those who we love, all the stuff. And if we don't acknowledge, like most people had that fear. I had that fear. Like I had a like panicky moment. Like I'm like, oh my goodness, if my photographers lose all their income, they're not going to be able to like, keep doing stuff with my business is a lot of online stuff too. It's like they're not going to buy courses. My income's going to drop. Everyone's like it's just like this whole like you get to the whole spiral, and then there's people you love and worrying about them. You guys know we all have been there. In fact, I saw posts in the group about how people are scared, they're terrified, they're freaking out, they're super worried, and it's been really hard. But if we don't acknowledge these hard feelings and that they're there and we just try and stuff them, it's really hard to move forward from a place of confidence. And what's going to happen is we're still going to have that underlying level of fear there that isn't going to go away until we've acknowledged it and moved forward. And one thing I have learned in the last several years, and there is a point about 4 years ago where business got really hard for me and I almost closed down. And what got me out of that was switching from operating from a sense of fear and panic and like desperation to operating from a positive, optimistic standpoint, a place of abundance. And I'll explain that in a minute. But it's very normal if you felt fear, if you felt panic, even if you're still feeling it right now. And if you are, let us know in the comments. But we don't want to stay there, okay? We want to acknowledge it, but then we want to connect. So number one is acknowledge those difficulties. But the other thing I want to say is that first response that we have is not who we are. Like maybe you saw some things in you and the way you responded that made you say, holy crap, that's not who I am. Like I panicked in these ways, and it makes me think of like, being like my mom, or like, and I don't want to be like that, or, whatever it is. Like we may even have judged ourselves for our reactions. Don't. Have grace for yourself. Like if you're feeling anxiety, like yeah, right now, Alicia says she's having huge anxiety right now. Alicia, um, first and foremost, I'm proud of you for admitting that. But we're going to get you through this, and I'm going to tell you exactly how in here. Lynn says she's worried about everything and everybody. Her mom's got stuff. She's scared about that. Yeah, it's super stressful and scary trying to stay positive for the three kids. Lynn, I'm proud of you for that, and we've got you. So let's keep. I'm going to keep moving forward, but um, I want you first and foremost to know that it's okay to acknowledge these feelings, and it's okay. Actually, it's really good to like admit them. For me, I'll be straight up honest. We haven't done a big 1K weekend event with like thousands of people since last June because Facebook issues and whatever else. We've been trying to switch how we do that, which means like things have been financially kind of tight for us for a while. And so, we have some plans for the spring that is really excited to do, and I finally figured out a way to get this 1K weekend thing working again because it was a mess I won't go into now. And then all this stuff happened, and I'm like, what? And I was freaking out a little bit. So the second step is how we're going to deal with this. So if you're still in this place of difficulty and you're still feeling a deep level of anxiety and fear, and maybe you're judging yourself because you don't want to be reacting that way, you are, whatever, have grace. But then number two, find a safe place, a safe community where you can connect and be honest. For me, that meant going to the mastermind that I'm part of, where people were like trying to be positive, and I'm like, okay, you guys are positive, like because it's a wonderful, optimistic group. So, but honestly, right now I'm struggling, and here's why. And I'm like, I know this, worst case scenario is not, we're still alive, we're still healthy, we still got food on our plates, but like it was scary and I was really struggling, and it was hard to come to my friends and say, listen, I know you guys are trying to see the bright side, but this is rough for me, right? And they were so supportive, and then other people chimed in who were like, oh yeah, I'm scared of this too. And so having a community where it's safe for you to share, especially if you're surrounded by people who are toxic balls of negativity or anxiety themselves, or just really hard, really struggling too, that could pull you down. Because it's really hard to be the positive one when everyone around you is freaking out, isn't it? So, finding a community that is safe for you to share, that isn't just going to pull you down again. Like, they're going to acknowledge it like they're not going to judge you for it, but they're going to help you move through it. That's huge. And so if you aren't part of a community like that, you need a place to share. We have a personal brand photography group. It's totally free. It's here on Facebook, pbpcommunity.com. Let me move over so you can see the link better. Right here. If somebody could type that out so other people watching after this can just click the link, that would be really, really awesome. But definitely go there and request to join. It's all about personal brand photography, which if that's new to you, you'll learn all about it in the group, and I'll talk a little bit about this here soon. But I want you to have a community of people that is safe for you to share this with. And this community is fan-freaking-tastic. I believe it is the best, most supportive community in the photography industry, and I want you to be a part of it and have that support. So not only can you share the hard stuff, but we're going to be talking about ideas for how we can move forward. I'm going to share some of those in here, but then we're going to go and continue the discussion here in this group. And so definitely join that if you haven't yet. The other thing I want to say is, there's a lot of talk about social distancing right now. And I don't want you to social distance. I want you to physical distance. Okay? So yeah, I'm keeping my kids home. We're not doing any activities, anything for at least 2 weeks. And that's smart because it helps save other people's lives. If we happen to be carriers and don't know it and infect somebody else without knowing it, there's math. There's all sorts of reasons. Definitely want you to physically distance for right now, and I'll tell you why it's not going to kill your business to do that. But don't socially distance, meaning we need each other more than ever. And things are going to continue to get harder. Like, this is really only the beginning. We're going to go through the whole health things, and then we're going to go through a whole bunch of financial stuff. It's going to happen, and it's unfortunate. It's going to be hard. And without people we can count on, that we can band together with, If you isolate, you are going to get dragged out of the nurse so quickly, okay? Come to the community, share your concerns. Do not be afraid to do that. Do not feel bad about it. And know that there are people there who get it, specifically photographers who get it, and that this is going to be a positive and inspiring place for us to be safe and honest, but also help pull you up and out of that. Which brings me to the third thing we want to do. So first, we wanted to acknowledge our difficulties, right? Because we need to work through them. If you just repress them, bad idea. You're not going to be able to operate from a good place. Two, we need to connect with other people in a safe place. We need each other, and we need a place of safety to be honest with each other and get support. Number three, we're going to focus on the bright side, okay? We're going to be saying what actually works right now in this crazy new climate, okay? And I want to share two things with you right now that we did this past weekend that I did with the group. I want to share two stories, two people's stories with you that just happened, like literally just happened. I got these stories yesterday. We did a 1K weekend challenge. I'll put a link up for that, which is basically me telling you what to say and do to book clients, to book 2 or more clients over the next 3 days. It doesn't have to be a weekend. I often do that over a weekend, but it doesn't have to be. And, a lot of people were like, this will never work. Nobody's buying anything. Nobody can go anywhere. How can we do this? But there's a lot of positives on what's actually working out there right now and still working. Like literally this weekend, we had people booking clients. And I want to share their stories with you. And then I want to share kind of where I see the opportunities in our market today, because you need to have some hope for this. This will be really good. But first, this is Rick. Rick literally sent me this last night. He's in Australia, and he just posted it, he posted his on Monday morning, which was still Sunday for me. And I'll let him share a story. So let me share it right here. This is Rick.
Hi everyone, I thought I'd give the 1K weekend a try just to see what sort of response I'd get. I'm in Australia, I'm in a town that's an hour out of Melbourne, and I'm part of a business group which has about 5,000 members, mainly all small businesses. So I thought rather than posting to my personal Facebook page, I would wait until Monday, because that's the day they can you're allowed to post on their group page and post it there. Well, this morning I posted, and about 6 minutes later I had the first person that booked. Which was fantastic, because I really wasn't expecting too many to, especially in the current environment, to be booking. So I got the first booking after 6 minutes of posting it. Why did I decide to do it? Because I've just reached out into the personal branding side of photography. I've always been a portrait photographer or a wedding photographer. So I'm sort of transitioning the business over to personal branding. So I thought, you know what, let's give it a shot. Let's see what sort of response we get. I've allocated 4 spots. I've got 1 booked. It is now only 11:30. So it's, like I said, it's only been up for about just over an hour and a half on the site, but the first booking came after 6 minutes. That's how it went. Hopefully by the end of the day, I'll have filled at least another 1 or 2 spots. That would be fantastic if I do. I'd be really happy. And if you're someone that's on the fence and still deciding, I don't know if I'll try this or not, then my question to you is, what have you got to lose? Really? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You don't book any? That's what I was thinking. But I did, and that could happen to you as well. So the worst that can happen is that you put your script out there and you get 0 replies. But the best that can happen is that you get 1, 2, 3, or 4 or more. And if nothing, they've also seen your business and put more eyes on the prize, so to speak. So give it a shot, and you might be in this video soon. Thank you very much. Bye.
So that's one. Isn't that awesome? By the way, Rick, thank you. You're amazing. Rick Gentiluomo, I hope that's how you say his name. That was literally sent to me late last night. I wanted to share it with you because I want you to see that our businesses are not going to tank. Yes, it's going to be harder. And I'm going to share another one of these stories in just a moment. Julie actually had several clients this weekend. Several! Not just one, but several. And I want to share how that is in a moment. But there are lots of people who are sitting at home right now, who have nothing to do, who are ready to get serious about their online businesses, and they need us. Now, we aren't going to shoot in the next 2 weeks when everybody's staying home, right? But people still need us in our booking, and we don't have to feel bad or like let our business suffer just because times are hard right now. Like, we don't have to feel bad about offering our services to people, because the people who it isn't a good fit for or who are really struggling, that's okay. They don't need to book us right now. I mean, but there are people who are going to need us and want us. And there's actually this 1K weekend thing that I do is or that I teach, I guess, is a really great opportunity for you to actually offer something at a lesser price to people who really need it. So some of the people who did this, actually, we talked about how to do it in light of the virus, and basically just said, hey, I want to offer these knowing that things are going to be tough. I'm going to take my prices down from where they are. I'm going to offer a limited number of sessions at a lower price point because of this whole thing. Because I want to help and I want to give back, and you can be positive about that, and you can make this a good thing and not a, hey, I'm desperate for clients. Even though it's okay to admit that and even say, hey, business is slow for everybody. Events are getting canceled, so I've got more time on my calendar. I'd love to get a little more cash flow in my business. If you want to say that, you don't have to. But you can just be honest. Everybody knows small businesses are struggling right now. This is a way for you to help other businesses who are struggling to get something at a lower price, but also help yourself to get some cash flow during this time that's really scary. Okay, and so that's something that's still working. Clients are still booking. In fact, okay, I got to play Julie's for you. I was going to play it in a little bit, but let me play it for you right now, because I think this is something that you could definitely do in your own business and book clients. So let me play Julie's, and then I've got more stuff to share about this. But these are so inspiring to me. If these are inspiring to you, smash those little buttons to show Julie and Rick some emotion, and leave comments for them, because it's amazing. This is Julie Butler. Let me pull it up.
Hey guys, happy Sunday. So I really didn't have any hesitations about doing this because I was like, what do you have to lose? And actually this came in at the perfect timing because I was a little bit worried about March and this virus thing going on, but I'm like, it's not going to stop me. So when I saw Jamie post the video, I was super happy and I was like, I'm doing this. And I actually signed up for this challenge a few weeks ago and I never did it. So this was my chance to actually get going and just give it a try. So I didn't have any hesitations. I was like, I'm ready to go. So I wrote my script, I shared it, and within minutes I had one person book me. And she's actually a past client, but it doesn't matter regardless. And then within a short period of time, there was 3 people that contacted me. Out of those 3, 2 booked for sure. And one said that she's going to have to pass this time. But that was Friday. Today is Sunday and the day is not over yet, but I have 6 bookings and I had, I think of maybe 3 other inquiries, but they're going to pass at this time. And like I said, the day's not over. It's still floating around Facebook. So I expect to receive perhaps, and my goal is 10. So I expect to have my 10 booked. And I will keep you posted. But what I want to say to you guys is that just go for it. You have nothing to lose. This is so easy. And honestly, people were so receptive to this and so willing to share my post. And they were like, everybody knew it was a fantastic deal, so they were all over it. And really, all it takes, and I learned this a few years ago, but just 30 seconds of courage. Just do it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So that's how it went for me. And still a few hours left on Sunday. Actually, it's dinner time here. So so I'll keep you posted. Take care.
So Julie actually got back to me this morning. She booked another client. She's made $3,500 literally in the last couple of days. And she said there are a couple people she's just following up with, so she's hoping she'll still fill her spots. But it's still possible to book clients. And I'm sharing this with you because I know so many people are afraid to be insensitive about posting stuff right now, or don't know if anyone's actually going to book, but they're out there. The people who need us are still out there. In fact, there's going to be more people than ever who need us. Some of the people that I think are specifically great to start networking with and talking to are going to be food bloggers, for one. My friend Trisha, who does a um, once a month meals is what her membership is called, and it's all about how to do freezer cooking. And she has this super awesome guide on how to prep and create 20 meals in a single hour that people can just pull out and throw in like a crock pot or an instant pot. She is like everything's going insane for her right now because all sorts of people are at home. Restaurants are closing. They want recipes. They want to know how to stockpile meals so that, they don't have to worry about cooking all the time. She's booming right now, right? You don't have to feel bad if you are too, right? So mommy bloggers and people who do like homeschooling tips and like kid activities, those people are getting so much traffic from parents who are frazzled, who really need activities for their kids, right? Other people who just have lots of time on their hands and want to do their hobbies more. So artists are seeing, some of my artist friends who teach online courses are seeing tons of people flock to them right now because they've got time to do their art. Musicians have time to do their music. There's so much that this time is making possible with everybody physically distancing themselves and not doing all these activities and events and things they had. I mean, everybody's calendars are cleared out. That's crazy. And so we need to ask ourselves, instead of saying, oh my gosh, we're never going to book anybody, we're never going to be able to do shoots. And if you want to do shoots during this time, I really feel there are ways you could do this where you are still keeping that distance. Maybe you're doing it outside and you're shooting further and you're not touching. It's really going to depend on your area and your level of safety, your health, their health, all that stuff. I'm just taking this time. I'm physically distancing, not socially distancing. But that's a judgment call you're going to need to make. But we could do strategy and sessions, strategy sessions now, planning sessions now. Maybe this is a good time for you to actually go through the story session system that, if you've purchased that and not finished it, and really get everything set up and ready to go, that you've been meaning to do for ages and haven't. There's so much that this makes possible. There's so much opportunity out there. You could do the 1K weekend challenge. It's free. There's no charge to do it. And people literally book clients with it. Yeah, it may not work as well as it used to when everything was thriving and people weren't as afraid, but it absolutely still works. And like they said, what do you have to lose, right? So you can do that. If you want to do that, the link for that is 1kweekend.com. I think some of you typed it out for me. If not, nope, that was the group. If some of you could, one or two of you could type that out and put it down there for people to click, that would be really fantastic. So that people who are watching after you can just click over and get that. We got a whole guide. I mean, I tell you what to say, where to put it, how to deal with that. There's an extra bonus video in our free community about how to customize it for the coronavirus stuff going on. But you got nothing to lose. You might as well try that, right? So stay positive and know, because here's the thing. If you've decided in your mind that it's never going to work, you're not going to do this from a place of hope and confidence. And that's going to drag you down. You're basically going to have a self-fulfilling prophecy that if you're certain that this will never work, I promise you it will not, because you've already decided it won't, and you're going to be coming from a place of it not working. And your body language and your energy and everything about you is going to say this isn't going to work. And you might as well just not bother. I know that sounds terrible, but it's true. I have seen this. I was a photographer during the last recession, and the people who didn't make it through were the ones who were so convinced that things were never as good as they were going to be. They weren't going to be able to make it. Instead of saying, what can I do despite the fact that it's not as easy now? Despite the fact that things are harder, how can I still make progress? And they focused on that. Which brings me, before I go on, and also, I would ask yourself this question. I get this question from Stu McLaren. I love it. I think he got it from Michael Hyatt. What does this time make possible? What does this time make possible? It makes it possible for more people to get serious about their online businesses because they got time. They're sitting on Facebook, they're sitting on Instagram, they're sitting on their phones. They don't know what to do with it, right? They're going to be taking online classes. They're going to be doing all this stuff. And Becca, Tracy, Andrea, thank you for posting that. I appreciate it. And so, that's amazing. Certain other businesses are going to be booming. Like I said, mommy bloggers and food bloggers, and there's others, online course creators who teach other people how to run businesses online. They're going to be booming right now. My friend Lindsay Padilla, she used to be in academia. She was a PhD professor. She left that to start doing education online. And now she started a free group for all the teachers, like elementary or college or whoever, all the teachers who are now being forced to figure out how to teach their class online. She knows all that stuff. And so she started a group to help them with that. And it's free, but I absolutely know that there's an opportunity there for her at some point if she offers something else. Like she teaches how to, her product that she sells is how to sell your first course online. And so some of these teachers are going to see, oh, teaching online isn't nearly as hard as it was, or we thought it was. Why don't I teach this other thing I know online? Maybe I can make some money doing that. And then she has this course that's right there, and she's already taught them all this stuff for free. And now they're going to just want to take, there's so much opportunity. There's so much opportunity, and you don't have to feel bad because some people are going to struggle through it. You don't have to feel bad about looking at the bright side, looking for the positives, and going after these. In fact, I want you to go not just see the positives for you, but I want you to help others see the positives for them. I want you to be a bright spot in the world of darkness and fear and anxiety right now. That's part of why I love our community so much, because there's so many positive people. That's why I'm so thankful for Julie and Rick for sharing their stories, because I know that when we share the positives and we come and we inspire, it lifts everybody. My mastermind that I'm in, the one that I'm in, I call it mine, but it's Stu's. The one that I'm in, I'm very protective of it. I love it. They helped lift my spirits when I was struggling and I was anxious, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, is this gonna, what's gonna happen in a few months or 6 months or a year from now? One of my gifts is visioneering and seeing what's coming. And I see what's coming and it's scary, right? But I need to not dwell on the negatives. I need to say, what does this make possible? Where are the positives? How can I be an inspiring bright spot in this scary time? How can I help other people get through it, right? And I want you to be that bright spot. So that's why I'm going to be doing a new Facebook Live every single week in our group called The Bright Side Show. And we are going to focus on the bright side of what's working in our industry and the people who are staying positive, who are booking clients like Julie, like Rick. Maybe it's you. If you do the 1K weekend this week, and it doesn't have to be done on the weekend, it's just what it's called. You could do it today. You could go and post this. Maybe you will book clients. Maybe you will have a win. Maybe your win is literally just overcoming fear and taking action. And I would love to feature that in next week's Bright Side Show. We are going to focus on the bright side so that everybody can learn from it, be inspired, and we can lift this entire industry and save it. Because a lot of people are not going to make it. Oh, Tracy! Tracy says she loves that. Thank you, Tracy. I adore you. All right, so let's go through it. We've only gone through 3. We've got 5 here. I got to keep moving because this is a lot longer than I wanted it to be. But number 1 was to acknowledge our difficulties. They're real. We want to deal with them, but not to live there. We want to connect in a safe place where we can share and encourage. We don't want to actually social distance. We want to physically distance, but stay connected socially because we need each other through this difficult time. It's going to get harder. I wish I had better news for you, but I don't. But we are going to, number 3, focus on the bright side. We are going to inspire. We're going to see what actually works. We're going to say, what does this make possible? And I actually recommend we share this in the group that I linked, which if you haven't been part of it, it's here. You can join there. And we're going to share this and do this together as a community. We're going to be really grateful for the stuff that we have, for the clients we do have, for the ones that didn't book, And then number 4, we're going to take action, okay? You can absolutely let fear and anxiety paralyze you. But when you've got a community supporting you, when you've got things like the 1K weekend to help you take action, it makes it easier to get that momentum back and not live in fear, okay? And I am committed to helping you. The community in this movement, this personal brand photography movement, is committed to helping you. And I honestly, truly believe this is exciting for us. Because, yes, there's a little bit of a bump right now when everybody's in panic mode and fear and whatever. But more people than ever are going to be doing stuff online. More people than ever are spending time online right now. And I believe that we're going to see the personal brand photography needs and demand grow even more than it already was. Even more. And I really, really want you to be able to be part of that and to be set up and ready to thrive on that. And for those of you who already have recurring clients, like clients who pay you over and over and over again, you already know that you've got some of that security, knowing that you've got money coming in month after month. I want to help more people build that. If you're like, wait, what? One of the beautiful things about personal brand photography is business owners need you more than once. They need you on an ongoing basis, especially if they've got a social media strategy. And so that's what I focus on teaching in my story session system is how do you find and attract and book these clients who will literally sign contracts for you for a year or 2 years, whatever it is, so that you can count on this income month after month after month after month, so that when things like this happen, your business isn't so fragile. You know, it's not as scary. So we're going to take action. It's not wrong to sell right now. I want you to remember that. I want you to know that. I would recommend starting with the 1K weekend challenge, which I'll put up here again, because that is the fastest and easiest way to start making money literally today. If you're like Rick, it could be 6 minutes from after you post it. There's a video training, and it's free. It's super detailed. It's less than an hour long. And you probably have extra time right now because you're all at home, right? Or hopefully you're at home. Walks you through the entire process. You can get that posted within an hour or less. Or maybe you want to wait till the next day if it's a little bit late. But it'll walk you through the process. Do that first, because what do you have to lose? You might book clients, you might not. But it's an amazing opportunity. I've got it all automated. So no matter when you do it, we've got all the parts you need that are going to be like, you're going to put your email in to do it, but you're going to get a guide with everything you need. And then as you go throughout the next few days, there's different ways that we support you in our group. So it gives you links to those resources. So definitely check that out. It also is a great way if you really want to get into this personal brand photography. If you do the 1K weekend, you can basically get the story session system half off. It's a $2,000 course. You can get it for $8,000. And so essentially you save $1,000 for the 1K weekend, even if you don't get any clients. So look at Tracy said she booked her first 2 clients right away. Tracy, you're awesome. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's so amazing to do it. See, what do you have to lose with that? So you can do the 1K weekend. Really assess who do you know that really is going to need us now. Like I already mentioned a couple different, mommy bloggers, food bloggers, but that online course creators, there's more people out there who are going to need us. And so take some action and start connecting with these people. Like reach out to them. And think about what are some of the new things that we can offer to fill these needs. Like maybe we talk about some of the strategy. Maybe we can actually do some of the social media posting for them if that's something they're comfortable with. There's lots of different things that you could potentially offer, and I want to have a conversation about that in our group. Oops, I can take this link down now. In the free group again, because that's a longer conversation, and I think we can all come up together to the table with lots of ideas and all help each other. Which brings me to point number 5, is not only are we going to take action, and not just from fear, but from confidence, but we're going to be generous and we're going to give, okay? Because this is one of the most beautiful things I've seen in the last few days, is how many people are stepping up and offering help to people in need. Offering to take kids for parents who will lose their jobs that they desperately need because they don't have childcare during the day because the schools have closed, right? Or offering to share food with people who are really struggling to make ends meet. This is a big one. So many small businesses, so many photographers. And if this is you, tell me, put it in the comments. So many people have seen event cancellations, session cancellations, wedding cancellations. Photographers are losing money. Small businesses are losing money. Many of them are forced to close. Restaurants are struggling. Like, any entrepreneur is going to struggle. And this is just the start of it. It's only going to get harder. So if you can give by supporting, like buying from small businesses, like support them, buy gift cards if you can't go there. Um, you know, spending money right now, if you're able to, is more important than ever to help everybody stay afloat, okay? The other thing you could do is you could do free stuff, right? Do a planathon, like, or maybe you create that safe space for people in your local area to come together. Maybe you are going to start a local entrepreneur group to talk about this hard time and how you can band together and support each other in your local community as you walk through all the things you're going to face that are specific to your location. Start that group. Share your struggles. Let them share their struggles. Band together. Be that inspiration. Focus on what's working. Share their stories. Share that bright side. Inspire them. And I guarantee the moment things turn around or that they need stuff for online, like if they see online stuff is working and they know you started this, you've been giving for free, and you are a photographer and they need photos, they're going to come to you, not some random person who didn't connect them. Because we all need connection during this time of physically being distant from each other. And so you could use a software called Zoom. It lets you do group meetings, okay? So where you can have tons of people on video at the same time. You could come together virtually for that. And I've been thinking about how we can do this as a community too. But you could come together virtually and maybe do a social media planathon. Like that would be very easy to say, okay, here's what you need to bring. Let's plan out and schedule content. And everybody would be doing their own, but you could be facilitating that. You could even share about why stories are important, which there's a video right on this page if you've missed that talks about why stories are so vital for personal brand photography and for somebody who wants to market using a personal brand. They're going to be more vital than ever, right? So you could talk about, help them identify they could do the identifying themselves, but you could talk about why they need to identify their stories, why they need to create images that match this and write their stories out. And you could talk about, when you need images, I'm here to help, but otherwise, here's kind of how you use them. Or maybe you do something for all your past clients where you literally are going to walk through them and help them do this with them. Maybe it's a past client thing. Because if they use your images, they'd be more likely to want more and book with you again, right? Think about what we can give back. Maybe you start the networking group that's online instead of in person. Maybe you're doing Facebook Lives, inspiring, sharing tips about how to do stuff online for people who maybe haven't before. Like maybe if you have a lot of restaurant or realtor clients, realtors are going to struggle through this too because people are going to be afraid to, buy houses and stuff. Maybe you could talk to them about, do live videos for them about why their story is more important than ever right now and, share these things. So, whatever it is, and we can share ideas. I'd love to hear more of your ideas that you could have for ways we can give back. The more we can share these stories and give and serve our people when they're in their darkest times and be an inspiration for them and lift them up and give them a safe place to be and help them know how to act, take action during this time so they can be getting results as well. It's just going to come back to you. I guarantee this is going to help you grow your business. So we've got to come into it with that mindset. So yes, acknowledge the difficulties, number 1. 2, absolutely get yourself connected in the free group. 3, focus on the positives, the bright side, what this makes possible. Share those stories. Be the bright spot in your community. Lift other people up. Don't tear them down. Don't get so afraid of going out of business that you rip other people down because you're afraid they're going to compete with you and take your clients. Don't go there. You are better than that. We are better than that. There are plenty. Before all of this, 1 in 11 Americans, that includes children in the total numbers, 1 out of 11 have a small business or a larger business of some. They run a business of some sort. 1 out of 11. That's a lot of people. Think about how many people you know. 1 out of 11 have a business. That's only going to grow from this. People need us, right? Focus on the positives and come from a place of confidence. Don't be afraid to take action and sell offer them things to buy. You can do it at a discounted rate. You don't have to do full rates, or you can. Like, just because things are hard doesn't mean people won't buy. Yes, it's going to be harder, but the people who are going to make it through are going to continue to take action. Start with a 1K weekend. Totally customize it for this coronavirus stuff. There's a whole video in the free group about doing that. You can find it in the videos tab. And, take action. Figure out who really needs you right now. Start building those relationships now. Start giving back to those people before they've ever worked with you. Be generous. Put out in the world what it is that you want to receive. And I know that you are going to make it through it. Because the people who don't do these things absolutely won't. The people who do will. We're going to come together. We're going to support each other. We're going to figure out what works. We're not going to be afraid to share it. And we are going to grow. We're going to come from this place of abundance. We're going to come from this place of knowing that it's a cycle. We have high times, we have low times. And not everybody's going to get wiped out by this. So are you going to be on the bright side that really goes after it, doesn't give up, it focuses on the positives and makes it happen? Or are you going to be so focused on the past and the fears and the anxieties and how it's different now and how it's harder now and how you've got to do it differently and make changes? Because you do. You need to make changes. This is going to be really bad for family photographers, wedding photographers, some event photographers too. That's going to be hard. Personal brand photography is going to thrive. It's going to have a dip, but it's going to thrive and it's going to take off. And I want you positioned to be the go-to person in your area when it starts coming back up. And I don't want you to lose all your clients in the meantime. So anyways, I know you can do this. Those are my 5 tips. I really think this is going to be good in the end. It's going to be hard. It's absolutely going to be hard. We're going to walk through hard times, but you don't have to lose your business over it. And I'm committed to helping you do this. So, yeah, I love you guys. I hope this helps. I would really appreciate it if you know somebody who needs to hear this message. If you could help me spread the word about it, you know how to do it. I can't say it, or Facebook will throttle the reach of this. But anything you can do to help inspire, to bring people into our safe community, we all know photographers who are reach out personally, just say, how are you doing? How are you doing really? There's people isolating. There's people afraid to admit because they're ashamed that they don't have any savings. And they're terrified that within a month, everything's going to crumble. Maybe that's you. We are here for you. This is a safe space. Join our group. Come share. Ask your questions. Don't give up. Don't give up. Know that you can do this. Try the 1K weekend first, or maybe you need to go through the free pricing masterclass we have and readjust your pricing now that things may have changed, right? I'll put the link for that one up too. This is a 90-minute pricing masterclass, totally free. But I would do 1K weekend stuff first because I think that's the best, easiest, fastest place to get results. But, check out the pricing masterclass if you haven't done that yet. It's really a great option as well. But don't let the anxiety and the isolation swallow you up. Don't let your kids drive you absolutely bonkers without coming and asking for support. I'm a mom of 6 kids, I get it. So 6, not just 5. And so, join us, help spread the word. Let's make this the most positive movement possible. But I can't have a movement without you. So anyways, you've got this. I'm here to help. I'll see you in the group. And I'll see you next week, noon Central Time, here on this page with our question of the week. Bye.